appears that lots of people were stunned to find that Prince Harry was ably supported by so many different people at the recent visit back here to the United Kingdom of the Invictus Games. But why were these certain individuals there to support him? As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. I'm doing a bit of a walk today. It's not easy doing this, you know. I know, well, it's a flat road, so don't worry. I know you can't do it. You've got to be careful, haven't you, in case you trip up. Do you know what I'm saying? It's terrible, isn't it? The things you do, you know, for just, well, it's nice to be able to, you get a moving view, don't you? You don't want to be static all the time, do you? Just stood there. No, of course you don't. It's nothing, it's not worth it, is it? Now, it's interesting, isn't it, with Harry's recent return back here to the United Kingdom, of course, for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. I mean, a lot of people were stunned by his return simply because it was an and ah, wasn't it? Would he come back? Wouldn't he come back? All of that sort of stuff. But of course, you know, he wasn't alone. Now, well, many people are basically saying, well, he didn't have any support from the British monarchy. As we pointed out, you know, there was an option there, but the option wasn't taken up. Now, what a lot of people were stunned to find was the fact that he was ably supported by some people that really did shock the audience, I have to say, whilst I was in St Paul's Cathedral. You see, what we saw there, which I thought was marvellous in fact, was none other than Charles Spencer, Earl Spencer, and of course Princess Diana's sister. Now, a lot of people are asking, well, why were they there? Well, let me tell you, there's a story behind that. Personally, I think this is a nice story, simply because when you think about it, as I've said, I've met Earl Spencer on a number of occasions. He's a nice, kind man. You know, he's one of those, I mean, if you've read his recent book, you'll understand what he went through. And I think that's really made him more empathetic with people. He's very connectable. When you meet him, it's like talking to literally a person you've known for many years. Of course, Diana's sister, Jane Fellowes, yes, Fellows, get the name there. Yes, Julian Fellowes, Downton Abbey. You see the connections. It's interesting because, of course, she understands just how delicate a flower Prince Harry is. He did invite them, and he was absolutely thrilled and honoured that they both decided to attend. Now, the reason behind this is quite simple, and I don't mean this unkindly. They know exactly just how delicate Prince Harry truly is. And Jane in particular is very, very concerned about exactly what he's going through, you know. It's been very difficult. I'm not trying to align sides or anything like that. But when you get to family points, obviously, you know, you've got Diana's brother, Diana's sister, and they just move all of that one thing aside. They're not royally connected. It doesn't really matter in their eyes. Whatever he wants to do, they wanted to support him. And I think that's really admirable, you know, really, really admirable. The bottom line is, though, of course, wouldn't it have been nice if Meghan Markle could have shown the same support for her husband? According to a very well-placed source, Jane Fellowes looks upon Harry as something as a, how shall we say, slightly fractured soul who needs a lot of love and attention. You would have thought he might have now got that within his marriage, and while he appears to think he's got that, you know, clearly there are people around him who think he's still very much alone and very much a fractured soul. I've been told that Jane Fellowes is apparently one of those people. As for Charles Spencer, he said he was absolutely thrilled, delighted to attend because he wholeheartedly believes in what Invictus stands for. Now, whatever you think about senior members of the British monarchy, we all know the battles going on behind the scenes. It was nice to see two family members from Princess Diana's family there to support her youngest son. I'm sure you'll agree. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.